And this entire crisis is unfolding while military technology itself is changing rapidly. Because the future battlefield may no longer depend entirely on human soldiers or human pilots at all. A new revolution is quietly entering warfare, and that is artificial intelligence. The future of war, it may no longer belong entirely to humans. Well, a senior US Air Force official has now openly warned lawmakers that AI-powered autonomous fighter aircraft, it would eventually outperform the human pilot in combat. Can you think about how historic that statement really is? Now, for generations, elite fighter pilots presented the peak of military skill, courage, and precision. And now, even the Pentagon is acknowledging that machines may one day replace them. That's right, Lieutenant General Christopher Nimi. He told senators that autonomous systems are becoming essential to the future of warfare. The Air Force Collaborative Combat Aircraft Program, it is already developing semi-autonomous drones designed to operate alongside the advanced fighter jets like F-22 Raptor and the future 5th generation system. Initially, human will supervise these aircraft though, but over time, the goal is increasingly independence and faster machine decision making during combat. The reason this shift is happening is very simple. Modern warfare is definitely changing incredibly fast. The war in Ukraine demonstrated how inexpensive drones can alter the battlefield dramatically. Cheap, unmanned system, they are now capable of surveillance, targeting, and even destroying the expensive military hardware. Countries are learning that quantity, speed, and adaptability may matter more than traditional military prestige. In the meantime, American officials are also deeply concerned about China's rapid advances in artificial intelligence and autonomous weapon systems. Washington increasingly view AI not just as a technology anymore, but also the next strategic arm race. Basically, whosoever dominates military AI would potentially shape the future balance of global power. And this raises deeply unsettling question for the humanity itself, by the way. What happens when machines begin making battlefield decisions faster than human can react? What happens when autonomous systems identify target, coordinate attack, and adapt in real time? Military planners, they see opportunity, but critics see terrifying ethical risk. But one thing is becoming undeniable tonight, ladies and gentlemen. The future battlefield is arriving faster than most of the people ever imagined. We are talking about Mr. J.D. Vance, the Vice President. He has now added to the global anxiety by warning that United States has a Plan B ready if negotiations with Iran collapse. Now these words, Plan B, it may sound very diplomatic on surface, but in Washington, they often signal military preparedness and preparation waiting in the background. Mr. Donald Trump has reportedly given diplomacy a very short timeline though. The pressure campaign is designed to force rapid concession from Tehran. But Iran is equally determined not to appear really weak under the American threat. And this creates an extremely dangerous situation where both the sides are publicly escalating while privately preparing for worst-case scenario. In the meantime, military analysts warn that any direct US-Iran confrontation, it would likely look very different from the previous war. Iran has developed advanced military capabilities, drone warfare tactics, and regional proxy network across multiple countries. American military bases throughout the West Asia, it could become immediate target in the event of escalation. Global shipping routes, energy market, and regional stability would all face serious risk. And at the very same time, Mr. Trump's supporters, they argue that strong pressure is necessary to stop Iran from advancing its nuclear ambition. They believe Tehran only responds to force and deterrence. However, critics, they warn that constant military threat, it may actually increase instability and it can actually push the entire world closer to a wider war.